Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. I wanted to do a quick review of the new fragrance from Calvin Klein, Calvin Klein Beauty, and also I wanted to do a quick tutorial for the look inspired by Diane Kruger in the ad. Now she has a plummy bronze, lightly smoky eye with beautiful gold shimmer in the inner corners, very neutral cheeks, and a nice complexion and very neutral light pink lips. So let's start with the review. This is Calvin Klein's latest offering. It comes in a bottle like this with a silver halo and a very sort of minimalist top. Now, as far as the marketing campaign, it features Diane Kruger, who I guess, if you can say, kind of epitomizes beauty, who can really compete with the woman who played Helen of Troy. Price point of this is a little higher than some Calvin Klein fragrances. This is a 1.7 ounce and it normally retails for $65, but it actually is available at the outlet as well. And I was able to pick it up for I think $58.50. So a little bit of a discount there. The base note is the calla lily, and it also has notes of the jasmine flower as well as some cedar. So it's supposed to be a clean floral with a little bit of woodsy touch to it. It's supposed to be a fragrance that appeals to an older crowd, not your usual 20 somethings. My general take on it is it's a very nice fragrance. It is lightweight, so it doesn't really wear that well throughout the day. I find that if I do want the fragrance to last, I do have to reapply it probably once during the day. And overall, it's a nice floral fragrance for first date. It's very office appropriate if you're looking for something that is non-offensive, that that would be pleasing to most people. I would say that Calvin Klein Beauty is a good recommendation. However, if you're looking for something that is very, very distinct, or you want something a little more spicy, this is not the fragrance for you. But overall take on it is I do like it. I think it's great for every day. And if you're interested in seeing the tutorial, keep watching. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your skin is perfected but not too foundation-y. So I am using Chanel Vitalumiere. They recently reformulated this in the United States. It's a little less watery and a little bit more moisturizing, and the texture has a little more coverage. One thing to note if you did use this foundation before is the colors run a little bit darker. So I am using number 10 limpide, whereas in the other formulations I usually use 20 Claire. So it's a little bit color range difference, so you want to make sure that you go to the Chanel counter and that you're matched to the correct shade. Of course, I'm using my trusty Clé de Peau concealer on just some spots where I have a couple of blemishes, and then also my under eye circles that I use is Ivory. And this has sort of been a staple in my makeup bag for probably the last 5 or 6 years. I saved up for it and finally kind of gave in and got this. I filled in my brows a little bit. I made them thicker in width, but made sure that they weren't too penciled in so that it's more of a natural look. And I'm using this Benefit brow pencil. It's called Instant Brow, and the color that I'm using is Deep. And the texture is really, really creamy. The color Deep is actually very good if you have dark brown hair or black hair, because it's sort of an ashy brown. It's going to draw a little bit here on my hand, so you can see it's not too dark and there's no red tones in it at all. and it comes with a little spoolie brush on the other end. Now for the eyeshadows, I have two Dior Iridescent Quints. The first one that I have is $6.59 in Crush Glow. So let me just show you here. And I'm going to use this bronzy color here as sort of the base. And on top of that, so I also have here number 609, Earth Reflection. And Earth Reflection, I'm going to use this dark color here on top, as well as this gold color in the inner corners. And then I want a dark brown eyeliner. I'm going to use Chanel in Coffee Bean, and it's a very, very nice brown. It's not too red, and the texture is quite creamy, so you can blend it. I'm just going to show you a little bit on my hand here. So this was that brow pencil, but here is the coffee eyeliner. So you want something that's sort of a warm tone brown, but that doesn't have a lot of red. I also have the Paul & Joe eye gloss, which I talked about in my Paul & Joe haul, and I have it in color 01, which is a really pretty shimmery gold color, and I'm just going to use this in the inner corners on top of the shimmery gold Dior eyeshadow. And as far as the eye brushes that I'm using, I have the Trish McEvoy number 21 large laydown brush. So it's sort of just a large brush that is a little tapered at the end. And then I also have the Trish McEvoy number 45 sheer application brush. So it's a little fluffier with softer bristles, and this sort of just blends the shadows really well. And then for the inner corners, I have Trish McEvoy number 41, the Precision Smudge brush. So it's a smaller tapered head. It's very good at getting into the inner corners of the eye. Dior Show Extas, which I talked about in my Dior review. For the cheeks, I have MAC Cubic. I'll show you the color. So Cubic is neutral pinky brown color. I think it's probably one of the original blush colors that they've had for a while. It doesn't overpower the face, and it works well on a multitude of complexions, and there's no shimmer. For the lips, I'm going to use Bobbi Brown, the cream lip color in number 19, Baby. So Baby, we see here in the tube, is a sort of a nudie pink color. I'm just going to swipe a little on my hand so you can see. It has a very nice finish. If you've ever used the Clinique Butter Shines, it's very similar in texture to that, except maybe a little bit less sticky and a tad more moisturizing. So, well, without further ado, let's get started. I'm just going to apply first this bronzy color and just do all over the lid, basically from the lash line up to the crease. So if you see here, the color is almost orange. You know, I hate this color on me, but I think it makes a very good warm base for a bronzy eye. So now I'm going to take this darker color from the Earth Reflection using the same brush. I'm just going to layer it on top. So now I'm going to take this smudgy brush and I'm just going to blend the edges. Now I'm going to take this small brush and the gold color from here and really just bring it into the inner corners. So you can tell the difference where on this eye I don't have the eyegloss, but on this one it does. So you can see the one with the eyegloss just really, really intensifies the gold in the inner corners and just really highlights that inner corner. But before we do that, let's go ahead and line our eyes. So I'm not going to line the inner rim because I want my eyes to kind of look a little rounder, and I find that lining in the inner rim makes it look, kind of gives you more of an almondy eye look. We want a rather thick line because I'm trying to make my eyes kind of look a little rounder. So using a little bit of short strokes like this. And these liners are great because they have a little smudgy thing at the end. So I'm just going to take that. So now I'm going to take that eyegloss, just dab a little bit, just a tiny little bit, and tap it into the inner corners. Basically, just where your forefinger kind of meets that inner part of the eye. So now I'm going to put on my mascara, and I'll meet you in a couple minutes. So now we have our eyes. Let's move on to the cheeks. Now we're just going to finish with the lips. I'm going to use a lip brush to apply because I want a little bit more precision. So I'm not going to line the lips, but I do want some more definition around the lip line. And these lipsticks are very soft, so make sure not to wind it up too much. So as you can see, the finish is semi-glossy, kind of gives a natural lip look. And the baby color is great also with smoky eyes because it doesn't compete with the eyes, and it's pink enough that it doesn't wash you out. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.